What do they want? This is our territory. What are Sox doing this far east?
I don't know, but I bet they're looking for us.
Probably are. What is this terrible driving?
You're out of your territory, bud. You better watch it.
Nut pal, you're the ones who'd better watch it. You know what a greaser is? White trash with greasy hair.
You know what a sock is? White trash with Mustangs and Madras. You know what, Johnny? I'm getting tired of these socks. Just finish them. Let's go back to Let's go back to Dali. Hello, I'm Ian, and these are my two brothers, Ethan and Daniel, and we welcome you to episode 2 of Crime Scenes and the Outsiders, presented by the D.P.D podcast. This is where we talk about and discuss the different crime scenes and the outsiders, and analyze the different characters, settings, why it happened, what type of crimes they are, and whose fault was it for that crime. So, how is everyone doing today?
Good.
Great.
That's awesome. So let's start by restating our favorite crime scenes.
Well, my favorite crime scene is the rumble that happens at the end of the book. Because for the greasers, it feels like revenge toward the Sox because it is their fault for Johnny being in the hospital in critical condition. Personally, I'm glad the greasers defeated the Sox. I was getting tired of them beating people up.
I don't know anything about this.
This is script, bud.
Oh yeah. My favorite crime scene was the one where Ponyboy gets jumped by the Sox because this is what made the book more thrilling for the reader. And due to that scene, the reader will continue reading the book and get to more exciting parts of the book. Like when Johnny kills Bob.
Those are some good scenes, but my favorite crime scene is the homicide, where Johnny kills Bob, because it really sets the tone for the rest of the story. So in the first episode of the podcast, we made a list as a group of our top 5 favorite crime scenes in Outsiders. Even though we had some disagreements, this is the final outcome. In first place is Ponyboy getting jumped by the Sox. Second place goes to the homicide / Johnny killing Bob. Third is Johnny getting jumped by the Sox. Fourth is Dally robbing the store at the end of the book. And fifth is the Rumble. In this episode, we will talk about our second favorite, because it's the second episode, which is the homicide. So let's name the characters in this scene. So first is Johnny, Ponyboy, Bob, and Randy. This took place at the park after Ponyboy ran away from home. But the question is, why this happened? Whose fault was it for that homicide? So what do you guys think?
I think it was Derry's fault because when Ponyboy got home late, Derry started yelling and scolding him for and yeah, that's reasonable, but then he hit Ponyboy for standing up for Soda Pop after Derry was yelling at Soda Pop for standing up for Ponyboy. So my point is that Derry knew he made this situation tense after he exacerbated the problem. So then he just had to hit Ponyboy, causing the situation to accelerate to the point where Ponyboy had to run away and end up taking Johnny with him at the park, where Johnny ended up killing Bob.
I disagree with that statement. I think it was Johnny's fault because he could have aimed somewhere non-lethal, like the arm or the leg, so Bob could let go of trying to drown Ponyboy. And at the end, Bob would just run away with his group of socks and everything would be okay for now.
I disagree with both of you. I think it was Cherry's fault. Even though she wasn't in the scene, she still had a big impact. And that impact is Cherry letting 2-Bit, Johnny, and Ponyboy give her and Marcia a ride back home. And when they arrived at Cherry's neighborhood, they were greeted by the Sox and almost got into a fight. Later on, the Sox came to the park where Johnny and Ponyboy were, and they came for revenge. And one of the Sox ended up dying. So, now that we talked about whose fault it was for that crime, we should talk about what Johnny should be charged for. I think they should charge him with manslaughter, because he was provoked by the Sox and was also in fear due to them drowning Ponyboy. So then he had to act with his emotions and stab Bob, but he didn't mean to kill him. What about you, Ethan?
Yeah, I totally agree with you because I also think this killing was an accident, but I also think he could have used his head a little and pinpoint the right spot where he could have only injured Bob.
Yep. I also agree with you because I believe Johnny was fearing for Ponyboy's life and had to act fast to save Ponyboy.
Well, I think that's all for today. I believe we covered all key points, and so I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for listening. Bye. Bruh.